Picture this. It's a quiet afternoon in Columbus, Ohio, and Mary, a vibrant 68-year-old grandmother, is sitting in her cozy kitchen. She's always been the heart of her family, baking cookies for her grandkids, tending her garden, and walking to the park every morning with a spring in her step. But lately, something's changed. Her knees ache when she climbs the stairs, her energy fades by noon, and she's forgetting little things, like where she parked her car. Mary didn't know it, but the handful of peanuts she grabbed daily from her snack bowl, thinking they were healthy, was silently stealing her strength. Have you ever wondered if the snacks you love could be working against you? What if the nuts you eat every day are quietly weakening your heart, eroding your bones, or clouding your memory? It's a scary thought, but here is the truth. Studies show that 70% of seniors over 60 face bone or muscle issues tied to poor nutrition choices, and the wrong nuts can make it worse. I'm here to pull back the curtain on this hidden danger. In the next 30 minutes, I'll share 3 nuts you must avoid to protect your legs, heart, and mind. Nuts that could be sabotaging your independence right now. Better yet, I'll reveal 3 miracle nuts that can strengthen your body, sharpen your memory, and keep you dancing at your grandchild's wedding. You'll also get a simple, practical plan to make these nuts part of your life, starting today. This isn't just about food. It's about safeguarding your dignity, your freedom, and the joy of living life on your terms. Before we dive in, let me ask you, have you ever noticed your energy dipping or your joints aching after certain snacks? Type 1 in the comments if you're ready to take control of your health and uncover these secrets with me. If this isn't resonating, type 0 to let me know how I can make this better for you. And don't forget to hit that bell so you never miss a tip to live stronger and longer. Now, let us start with the first nut you need to rethink. A familiar favorite that is hiding a dangerous secret. Stick with me because what you learn next could change everything. Let me take you to a small town in Florida, where John, a 72-year-old retired teacher, used to start his mornings with a ritual. A slice of toast slathered with peanut butter. To John, it was the perfect healthy breakfast. Affordable, tasty, and packed with protein, or so he thought. But over time, he noticed his knees creaking more. His walks to the mailbox felt heavier, and his blood pressure readings were creeping up. His doctor was puzzled until John mentioned his daily peanut butter habit. That's when the truth came out. Peanuts, the all-American snack we've trusted for years, might be quietly stealing your strength. You might be thinking, peanuts, they're a classic. How can they be bad? I get it. Peanuts are everywhere, from ballpark snacks to family picnics. But here's the science you need to know, especially if you're over 50. First, peanuts aren't even true nuts. They're legumes grown underground, which makes them prone to contamination by a toxic mold called aflatoxin. As we age, our bodies are less equipped to flush out these toxins. Over time, aflatoxins can silently damage your liver, raise your cancer risk, and speed up cellular aging. That means the very snack you thought was nourishing could be eroding your heart, legs, and immune system without you even noticing. But that's not all. Peanuts are loaded with omega-6 fatty acids, which sound healthy but can tip your body's balance toward inflammation. Think of inflammation like a slow, relentless fire in your body. It stiffens your arteries, aches your joints, and weakens your muscles. For seniors, this can mean struggling to climb stairs, losing balance, or even fearing a fall that could change everything. Studies show chronic inflammation contributes to mobility issues in over 60% of people over 65, and peanuts are fanning those flames. Now let's talk about something even more critical for many of us. If you're on blood thinners, common for folks over 65, peanuts pose a hidden danger. They contain vitamin K, which can interfere with your medication, making it less effective or worse, increasing your risk of blood clots or uncontrollable bleeding. Imagine thinking you're making a heart-healthy choice, only to put your life at risk. John learned this the hard way when his doctor adjusted his medication after discovering his peanut butter habit was throwing off his blood work. And what about that jar of peanut butter in your pantry? Most commercial brands are packed with added sugars, hydrogenated oils, and excessive salt. These ingredients don't just spike your blood pressure, they accelerate vascular aging, harm your circulation, and cloud your mental clarity. Every spoonful might feel like a treat, but it is quietly chipping away at the strength you need to chase your grandkids, or enjoy a walk in the park. So, what's the alternative? Instead of peanuts, try sunflower seeds or natural almond butter. They're safer, less inflammatory, and won't mess with your medications. When John swapped his peanut butter for almond butter, he noticed his knees felt lighter, his energy returned, and his blood pressure stabilized within weeks. It was a small change with a big impact, a reminder that the choices we make today shape how strong we'll feel tomorrow. Here's a quick tip to avoid peanut pitfalls. Always check labels. Skip brands with added sugars or oils, and if you must have peanuts, choose organic, high-quality ones from trusted sources to minimize toxin risks. But honestly, with so many better options, why take the chance? The lesson here is simple. A cheap, familiar snack might cost you your mobility. Don't let convenience trump your health. Choose quality and protect the strength you've worked so hard to keep. Now, peanuts aren't the only nut hiding a secret. There's another creamy, decadent favorite that could be weakening your bones with every bite. Curious which one it is? Stick with me and let's uncover the next silent threat in your snack bowl. Let's step into a sunny kitchen in San Diego, California, where Linda, a 67-year-old retired nurse, is preparing her favorite afternoon snack, a small bowl of roasted cashews. To Linda, cashews were a luxurious treat, creamy, satisfying, and in her mind, a healthy choice for her active lifestyle. She loved sprinkling them on salads or munching them while reading to her grandkids. But then a sharp pain in her side led to a doctor's visit, and the diagnosis was a shock. Kidney stones likely triggered by her daily cashew habit. Worse, her recent bone density scan showed early signs of osteoporosis. Linda was stunned. How could something as wholesome as cashews betray her like that? If you're like Linda, you might see cashews as a guilt-free indulgence, a step up from chips or cookies. But here's the truth you need to know, especially as a senior. Cashews could be quietly robbing your body of the strength it needs to keep you moving freely. Let's break it down with some science that hits home for those of us over 50. First, cashews are packed with oxalates, natural compounds that sound harmless but act like thieves in your digestive system. Oxalates bind to calcium, preventing your body from absorbing it properly. For seniors, this is a big deal. About 50% of women and 20% of men over 65 face osteoporosis, which makes bones brittle and prone to fractures. Every cashew you eat could be stealing the calcium. Your hips, wrists, and spine need to stay strong. A single fall can mean a broken bone, months of recovery, or even a loss of independence. Linda's weakening bones were a warning sign she wished she'd caught sooner. But the trouble doesn't stop at your bones. Cashews have a surprisingly high carbohydrate content for a nut, which can cause sudden blood sugar spikes. If you're among the 25% of seniors with diabetes or prediabetes, these spikes can damage the tiny blood vessels in your legs and feet. Over time, this leads to numbness, weaker muscles, and slower healing wounds. In severe cases, it can even mean amputation, a devastating blow to your mobility and freedom. Linda didn't have diabetes, but her doctor warned that her cashew habit wasn't helping her blood sugar stay steady. Then there's the risk of kidney stones, which hit Linda hard. Those same oxalates that steal calcium can crystallize in your kidneys, forming painful stones that are more common after age 60, especially if your kidneys aren't as strong as they used to be. Dehydration, which many seniors struggle with, makes this risk even worse. A kidney stone isn't just uncomfortable, it can lead to infections, hospital stays, and a real dent in your quality of life. And here's one more thing to watch for. Cashew's smooth, slick texture makes them a choking hazard for seniors with dry mouth or weaker chewing strength, conditions that affect nearly a third of people over 65. What seems like a simple snack could turn into a frightening moment at the dinner table. So what can you do instead? Try pumpkin seeds or a small handful of almonds. They relower in oxalates and kinder to your blood sugar. Linda switched to almonds and started drinking more water, and within months, her energy was back, and her next bone scan looked better. She also learned a practical tip. Pair cashews with calcium-rich foods like yogurt if you must eat them, and drink at least 8 glasses of water daily to flush out oxalates and protect your kidneys. Here is the lesson. Even healthy nuts can work against you if you don't know their hidden risks. Your bones, your mobility, your independence, they're worth choosing snacks that truly support you. But cashews aren't the last nut to watch out for. There's a tiny, elegant nut you might sprinkle on your salads that could be messing with your medications and even your taste buds. Want to know which one? Stay with me, because this next reveal might surprise you. Imagine a cozy evening in Austin, Texas, where Robert, a 70-year-old retired mechanic, is tossing together a fresh salad for dinner. He sprinkles a handful of pine nuts over the greens, thinking they're a fancy, healthy touch. Robert's always been sharp, fixing cars, telling stories to his grandkids, and walking his dog every morning. But a few days after that salad, something strange happened. Everything he ate tasted like bitter metal, from his morning coffee to his favorite apple pie. His appetite vanished, his energy tanked, and he felt unsteady on his feet. What Robert didn't know was that those tiny pine nuts were quietly disrupting his body and mind in ways he never expected. Pine nuts might seem like an innocent, elegant addition to your meals, sprinkled on pesto or roasted veggies. But for seniors, they can be a hidden threat to the two things you treasure most: your mental clarity and your physical balance. Let's dive into the science to understand why, especially if you're over 50. First, pine nuts can interfere with medications, and this is a big deal. Nearly 60% of seniors take daily prescriptions for blood pressure, cholesterol, or heart health, like statins or beta blockers. Compounds in pine nuts can disrupt how these drugs work, leading to unpredictable side effects: skyrocketing blood pressure, irregular heartbeats, or even dangerous blood clotting. The scary part? Most doctors don't warn you about pine nuts because they're seen as harmless. Robert was on a low-dose statin, and his doctor later suspected the pine nuts threw off his medication, contributing to his fatigue and dizziness. Then there's a bizarre condition called pine mouth syndrome. It's real, and it's as unsettling as it sounds. For days or even weeks after eating pine nuts, everything you taste, your meals, your drinks, can turn metallic and bitter. For seniors who are already at risk of malnutrition, affecting 1 in 6 people over 65, this can be devastating. When food tastes awful, you eat less. Less food means weaker muscles, lower energy, and a higher chance of falling. Robert lost 5 pounds in 2 weeks because he couldn't stomach his meals, and his usual walks became a struggle. That simple garnish on his salad turned into a health setback he never saw coming. But the risks don't end there. Pine nuts are rich in polyunsaturated fats, which sound healthy but oxidize quickly when exposed to air or heat. This oxidation creates toxic compounds that attack your brain's delicate structures, tighten your arteries, and inflame your joints. Over time, this can lead to memory fog, slower thinking, and worsening arthritis pain, challenges that already affect 1 in 4 seniors. The longer you eat oxidized pine nuts, the more you risk losing the sharpness and stability that keep you independent. And one more thing to watch for. Pine nuts' small, slippery shape makes them a choking hazard, especially for seniors with dry mouth or swallowing difficulties, which impact nearly a third of people over 65. A moment of distraction at dinner could turn into a frightening emergency. So what's a safer choice? Swap pine nuts for chia seeds or chopped walnuts in your recipes. They add crunch and flavor without the risks. Robert switched to walnuts and started storing his nuts in the fridge to prevent oxidation. Within a month, his appetite returned, his balance improved, and he was back to his morning walks with his dog. It was a small shift that gave him back his spark. Here's a practical tip. If you must use pine nuts, buy them in small amounts, store them in an airtight container in the fridge, and use them within a month. Better yet, skip them altogether. Your brain and body deserve better. The lesson here is clear. Even a tiny nut can cause big trouble if you don't know its power. Your clarity, your balance, your independence, they're worth protecting with every bite you take. But hold on, because the story doesn't end with avoiding dangers. Up next, we're diving into a nut that's a true hero for your bones and muscles, helping you stay strong enough to lift your grandkids or climb those stairs with confidence. Curious which one it is? Stay with me, because this next nut is a game changer. Let's visit a cozy porch in Syracuse, New York, where Susan, a 69-year-old retired librarian, is sipping tea and watching her grandkids play in the yard. A year ago, Susan struggled to keep up with them. Her joints ached. Climbing the stairs to her bedroom felt like a chore. and she was haunted by the fear of falling. A fear that 1 in 3 seniors over 65 lives with. But today, Susan's smile is brighter, her steps are steadier, and she's back to lifting her youngest grandchild with ease. What changed? Susan discovered a simple, powerful ally in her kitchen: almonds. Those unassuming little nuts became her bones' best friend, and they could be yours too. After learning about the dangers of peanuts, cashews, and pine nuts, you're probably ready for some good news. Almonds are a game changer for seniors, packed with nutrients that strengthen your body and lift your spirit. Let's dive into the science behind why almonds are a must for anyone over 50, starting with your bones. Almonds are loaded with calcium and magnesium, a dynamic duo that works together to keep your skeleton strong. Osteoporosis, which affects 1 in 3 women and 1 in 5 men over 65, makes your bones fragile, turning a simple stumble into a life-changing fracture. Calcium builds the structure of your bones, while magnesium ensures it's absorbed properly, locking it into place instead of clogging your arteries. Just a small handful of almonds, about 23 nuts, delivers a solid dose of both, helping you walk confidently and avoid the hospital stays that too many seniors face. But almonds do more than protect your bones. They nourish the muscles that move them. They're rich in plant-based protein and healthy monounsaturated fats, the building blocks your body needs to maintain muscle mass. For seniors, keeping muscles strong means climbing stairs without wincing, carrying groceries, or hugging your grandkids without hesitation. Susan noticed her arms felt stronger after adding almonds to her daily routine, and she no longer dreaded lifting her 4-year-old grandson. There's more to love about almonds. Their fiber content keeps your digestive system running smoothly, easing the constipation and bloating that can sap your energy. Nearly 40% of seniors deal with digestive issues, but almonds' natural fiber acts like a gentle nudge, keeping you active and comfortable. Plus, almonds are heart-friendly. Their monounsaturated fats lower LDL cholesterol, the bad kind that clogs arteries, reducing your risk of heart attacks and strokes, which are the leading cause of death for seniors. And here's a hidden gem. Almonds are packed with antioxidants tucked beneath their thin brown skin. These warriors fight oxidative stress, protecting your brain cells from age-related decline. Regular almond eaters often report sharper memory, better mood, and quicker reaction times. Susan found she could recall her grandkids' soccer schedules without checking her phone, a small victory that felt huge. So how can you make almonds part of your life? Susan's trick was simple. She swapped her morning toast with peanut butter for a handful of almonds soaked overnight to make them easier to digest. You can also toss them into salads or blend them into a smoothie with berries and yogurt. Aim for 20-30 grams a day, about a quarter cup. One mistake to avoid: steer clear of salted or candied almonds, which can spike your blood pressure or blood sugar. And if you're worried about allergies, start with a few nuts and watch for any reactions, though almond allergies are rare. Susan's story is proof. After 6 months of eating almonds daily, her joint pain eased, her energy soared, and her doctor was thrilled with her improved bone density scan. She's back to gardening and chasing her grandkids, living the vibrant life she always wanted. It is a reminder that small choices, like reaching for almonds instead of risky nuts, can rebuild your strength one day at a time. Here's the lesson. A handful of almonds a day keeps frailty away. Your bones, your muscles, your heart, they deserve a snack that fights for you, not against you. But almonds are just the start. Up next, we're exploring a nut that's like a shield for your brain, helping you stay sharp and steady for years to come. Curious which one it is? Stick with me, because this next nut is a true protector. Picture a crisp morning in Chicago, where Tom, a 71-year-old retired firefighter, is sitting at his kitchen table, cracking open a few walnuts to add to his oatmeal. A year ago, Tom's days were different. He'd forget where he parked his car, struggle to keep up with his weekly walks around the lake, and toss and turn at night, unable to sleep. It weighed on him. He worried he was losing the sharpness and strength that defined him. But today, Tom's eyes are brighter, his steps are surer, and he's back to telling his old firefighting stories with a twinkle. His secret? A handful of walnuts every day. A simple nut that's become a guardian for his mind and mobility. After discovering the power of almonds, you're ready for another hero in your kitchen. Walnuts aren't just a tasty snack, they're a powerhouse for seniors, protecting the things that keep you connected to life, your memories, your balance, and your restful nights. Let's explore the science behind why walnuts are a must for anyone over 50, starting with your brain. Walnuts are nature's gift to your mind, thanks to their high levels of ALA, a plant-based omega-3 fatty acid. These omega-3s strengthen the membranes of your brain cells, keeping them flexible and vibrant. As we age, our brains face wear and tear, slower recall, foggy thinking, and a higher risk of dementia, which affects 1 in 5 people over 70. Regular walnut consumption can help fight back. Studies show that omega-3s reduce cognitive decline, helping you remember your grandkids' birthdays or find your keys without a frantic search. Tom noticed he could keep track of his fishing plans with friends again. A small win that felt like reclaiming himself. But walnuts go deeper. They're rich in polyphenols, antioxidants that can cross the blood-brain barrier, a rare and powerful ability. Once inside, these compounds reduce inflammation and shield your neurons from oxidative damage, a major driver of Alzheimer's and memory loss. Eating walnuts regularly is like sending a team of protectors to keep your brain sharp and your mood steady. For Tom, this meant fewer moments of frustration and more time enjoying his family. Walnuts also support your mobility, which is critical for staying independent. They contain arginine, an amino acid that boosts blood flow, ensuring your muscles get the oxygen and nutrients they need to stay strong. Better circulation means steadier steps, quicker reactions and fewer falls, a concern for over 25% of seniors who experience a fall each year. Tom found he could walk farther without feeling winded, and his confidence grew with every step. And here's a bonus: walnuts naturally provide melatonin, a hormone that regulates sleep. As we age, our melatonin levels drop, leading to restless nights that leave us groggy. A handful of walnuts in the evening can gently nudge your body toward deeper, more restorative sleep. Tom started sleeping through the night, waking up refreshed and ready to tackle his day, from tinkering in his garage to playing catch with his grandson. So how can you bring walnuts into your life? Tommy's go-to is simple. He adds 15 grams, about 7 halves, to his morning oatmeal or yogurt with berries. You can also toss them into salads or blend them into a smoothie. One mistake to avoid: don't buy walnuts in bulk and let them sit too long, as their healthy fats can oxidize and lose their benefits. Store them in an airtight container in the fridge and use within 2 months. And if you're concerned about allergies, try a small amount first. Walnut allergies are uncommon but worth checking. Tom's transformation shows what's possible. After 3 months of eating walnuts daily, his memory sharpened, his walks got longer, and his sleep improved. He's back to living with the energy and clarity he thought he'd lost. It's a reminder that the right foods can rebuild your strength, one bite at a time. Here's the lesson: your brain and body deserve the best. Feed them walnuts to stay sharp and steady. A small nut can make a big difference in how you live your days, but walnuts are just one piece of the puzzle. Up next, we're meeting a colorful nut that keeps your heart beating strong and your eyes seeing clearly so you can savor every moment. Curious which one it is? Stay with me because this next nut is a vibrant champion. Let's take a stroll through a sunlit backyard in Tucson, Arizona, where Emma, a 66-year-old retired school teacher, is setting up a picnic for her family. A year ago, Emma's days weren't so bright. Her blood pressure was climbing, her vision was blurring, and she felt unsteady walking across her garden, a place where she used to spend hours tending roses. She worried she'd miss out on moments like this, laughing with her kids and grandkids under the desert sky. But today, Emma's heart is steady, her eyes are clear, and she's back to arranging flowers with confidence. Her secret? A vibrant little nut that's become her ally. Pistachios, the heartbeat of her independence. With almonds and walnuts already in your toolkit, you're ready to meet another champion. Pistachios aren't just a colorful snack. Their green and purple hues hide a powerful promise to keep your heart strong, your vision sharp, and your steps sure. Let's unpack the science behind why pistachios are a must for seniors over 50, starting with your heart. Pistachios are packed with potassium, a mineral that acts like a natural balancer for your blood pressure. High blood pressure or hypertension affects over 60% of seniors, silently straining your heart and weakening your legs with every beat. Potassium counters the effects of sodium, gently lowering blood pressure and keeping your arteries flexible. Unlike salty snacks that leave you sluggish, pistachios support steady circulation, giving you the energy to walk, dance, or chase your grandkids. Studies show that a daily handful of pistachios can reduce blood pressure by up to 5 points, a small shift that can mean years of healthier living. But pistachios do more than guard your heart. They protect your eyes, the windows to every moment you cherish. They're rich in lutein and zeaxanthin, antioxidants that shield the macula of your eye from damage. Macular degeneration, the leading cause of blindness in seniors, affects 1 in 8 people over 60, dimming the world you love. Pistachios help keep your vision clear, so you can spot your grandchild as smile across the room, or navigate a busy farmer's market without fear. Emma noticed she could read the fine print on her seed packets again, a quiet victory that brought her garden back to life. There's another gift in pistachios, their delightful crunch. Unlike mindless snacking that piles on calories, pistachios' firm texture encourages slow, thoughtful chewing, which strengthens your jaw and promotes mindful eating. This is key for seniors, as nearly 20% struggle with overeating or weight gain that stresses joints. Plus, cracking open each shell is a tiny workout for your hands, keeping your fine motor skills sharp, a small but vital defense against dexterity loss. Emma found that shelling pistachios not only slowed her snacking, but also gave her a sense of joy, like unwrapping a gift with every nut. How can you make pistachios part of your day? Emma keeps a small bowl of unsalted pistachios on her kitchen counter for an afternoon snack, aiming for 20-30 grams, about 49 nuts. You can toss them into a trail mix with dried fruit or sprinkle them over yogurt. One mistake to avoid: skip pistachios coated in salt or sugar, which can undo their heart-healthy benefits. Choose natural, unshelled pistachios to maximize flavor and fun. If you're new to pistachios, start with a few to check for allergies, though they're rare. Emma's story shows the power of this little nut. After 6 months of eating pistachios daily, her blood pressure stabilized. Her eye doctor was impressed with her vision, and she felt steady enough to dance at her daughter's anniversary party. It's a reminder that healthy eating can be a celebration, not a chore, bringing you closer to the life you love. Here's the lesson. A vibrant heart starts with a vibrant snack. Choose pistachios to keep your body strong and your spirit free, because every step you take matters. But knowing which nuts to eat is only half the journey. Up next, we'll explore how to weave almonds, walnuts, and pistachios into your daily routine with simple, practical steps that make healthy eating feel effortless. Ready to make these nuts your allies? Stick with me, because this next part will tie it all together. Let's step into a bustling kitchen in Seattle, Washington, where David, a 73-year-old retired carpenter, is preparing his morning breakfast. A year ago, David's days were shadowed by fatigue. His heart felt heavy, his joints creaked, and he struggled to keep up with his weekly hikes in the nearby mountains, a passion that kept him grounded. But today, David's humming a tune, tossing almonds into his smoothie and grabbing a handful of pistachios for a snack. His energy is back, his heart is stronger, and he's planning his next adventure. How did he do it? David learned how to weave almonds, walnuts, and pistachios into his daily routine, turning these powerhouse nuts into allies for his health. And you can too. Now that you know why almonds, walnuts, and pistachios are your body's best friends, you're probably wondering, how do I actually make them part of my life? It's one thing to hear about their benefits, stronger bones, sharper minds, healthier hearts, but it's another to turn that knowledge into habits that stick. Let's walk through a simple, practical plan to bring these nuts into your day, backed by science and inspired by real-life success. Whether you're busy or just want something easy, this plan is designed for seniors like you, over 50, who want to live stronger and longer. First, let's create a daily nut routine that's as natural as your morning coffee. Here's a framework to get you started, based on what works for seniors' schedules and nutritional needs. Morning. Start with 15 grams of walnuts, about 7 halves, mixed into your oatmeal or yogurt with berries. Walnuts' omega-3s kickstart your brain, helping you stay sharp for the day ahead. Studies show that morning omega-3 intake boosts cognitive function by up to 10% in seniors. Midday, add 20 grams of almonds, about 23 nuts, to a salad, or eat them as a snack with an apple. Almonds' calcium and protein fuel your muscles and bones, keeping you steady for afternoon errands or gardening. Their fiber also keeps digestion smooth, a relief for the 40% of seniors dealing with bloating. Evening, enjoy 20 grams of pistachios, about 49 nuts, as a post-dinner snack while watching TV. Pistachios' potassium helps lower blood pressure overnight, and their mindful crunch prevents overeating, a concern for 20% of seniors managing weight. This routine delivers a balanced dose of nutrients, about 55 grams of nuts daily, well within the recommended 1 to 2 ounces for heart health. David followed this plan, and within a month, his doctor noticed better cholesterol levels, and he felt lighter on his hikes. It's proof that small, consistent choices add up. Want to make it even tastier? Try this simple recipe, a morning nut smoothie. Blend 1 cup of unsweetened almond milk, 10 almonds, 5 walnut halves, half a banana, and a handful of blueberries. It's creamy, nutrient-packed, and takes just 5 minutes. Or for a quick lunch, toss pistachios and almonds into a spinach salad with grilled chicken and a light vinaigrette. These recipes are low effort, but high impact, designed to fit into your busy life. Now let's talk about avoiding common mistakes. First, don't buy nuts in bulk unless you'll use them quickly. Their healthy fats can oxidize, losing benefits and even causing harm. Store almonds, walnuts, and pistachios in airtight containers in the fridge and use them within 2 months. David learned this the hard way when old walnuts tasted rancid, prompting him to switch to smaller batches. Second, skip flavored or salted nuts, which can spike blood pressure or blood sugar. Choose natural, unsalted varieties to keep your heart happy. Finally, test for allergies by trying a small amount first. Nut allergies are rare in seniors but worth checking. Here is a pro tip. Keep a small container of mixed nuts in your bag or car for on-the-go moments. It is a lifesaver when you're out running errands or waiting at the doctor's office, helping you avoid vending machine temptations. David started carrying a mix of pistachios and almonds, which kept him energized during long days with his grandkids. David's journey shows what's possible. By weaving these nuts into his meals, he not only improved his heart health, but also rediscovered the joy of hiking, feeling stronger and more connected to the life he loves. It's a reminder that healthy habits don't have to be complicated. They just need to be intentional. Here's the lesson. Small daily choices like eating the right nuts build a stronger tomorrow. Your body deserves habits that are as easy as they are powerful, giving you the energy to live life on your terms. But knowing how to eat these nuts is just the beginning. Up next, we'll tie it all together with a powerful reminder of why these choices matter and how they can shape your future. Ready to see the bigger picture? Stick with me, because this final part will leave you inspired. Let's step into a bustling kitchen in Seattle, Washington, where David, a 73-year-old retired carpenter, is preparing his morning breakfast. A year ago, David's days were shadowed by fatigue. His heart felt heavy, his joints creaked, and he struggled to keep up with his weekly hikes in the nearby mountains, a passion that kept him grounded. But today, David's humming a tune, tossing almonds into his smoothie and grabbing a handful of pistachios for a snack. His energy is back, his heart is stronger, and he's planning his next adventure. How did he do it? David learned how to weave almonds, walnuts, and pistachios into his daily routine, turning these powerhouse nuts into allies for his health. And you can too. Now that you know why almonds, walnuts, and pistachios are your body's best friends, you're probably wondering, how do I actually make them part of my life? It's one thing to hear about their benefits, stronger bones, sharper minds, healthier hearts, but it's another to turn that knowledge into habits that stick. Let's walk through a simple, practical plan to bring these nuts into your day, backed by science and inspired by real-life success. Whether you're busy or just want something easy, this plan is designed for seniors like you, over 50, who want to live stronger and longer. First, let's create a daily nut routine that's as natural as your morning coffee. Here's a framework to get you started, based on what works for seniors' schedules and nutritional needs. Morning. Start with 15 grams of walnuts, about 7 halves, mixed into your oatmeal or yogurt with berries. Walnuts omega-3s kickstart your brain, helping you stay sharp for the day ahead. Studies show that morning omega-3 intake boosts cognitive function by up to 10% in seniors. Midday, add 20 grams of almonds, about 23 nuts, to a salad, or eat them as a snack with an apple. Almonds' calcium and protein fuel your muscles and bones, keeping you steady for afternoon errands or gardening. Their fiber also keeps digestion smooth, a relief for the 40% of seniors dealing with bloating. Evening, enjoy 20 grams of pistachios, about 49 nuts, as a post-dinner snack while watching TV. Pistachios' potassium helps lower blood pressure overnight, and their mindful crunch prevents overeating, a concern for 20% of seniors managing weight. This routine delivers a balanced dose of nutrients, about 55 grams of nuts daily, well within the recommended 1 to 2 ounces for heart health. David followed this plan, and within a month, his doctor noticed better cholesterol levels, and he felt lighter on his hikes. It's proof that small, consistent choices add up. Want to make it even tastier? Try this simple recipe, a morning nut smoothie. Blend 1 cup of unsweetened almond milk, 10 almonds, 5 walnut halves, half a banana, and a handful of blueberries. It's creamy, nutrient-packed, and takes just 5 minutes. Or for a quick lunch, toss pistachios and almonds into a spinach salad with grilled chicken and a light vinaigrette. These recipes are low effort, but high impact, designed to fit into your busy life. Now let's talk about avoiding common mistakes. First, don't buy nuts in bulk unless you'll use them quickly. Their healthy fats can oxidize, losing benefits and even causing harm. Store almonds, walnuts, and pistachios in airtight containers in the fridge and use them within 2 months. David learned this the hard way when old walnuts tasted rancid, prompting him to switch to smaller batches. Second, skip flavored or salted nuts, which can spike blood pressure or blood sugar. Choose natural, unsalted varieties to keep your heart happy. Finally, test for allergies by trying a small amount first. Nut allergies are rare in seniors but worth checking. Here is a pro tip. Keep a small container of mixed nuts in your bag or car for on-the-go moments. It is a lifesaver when you're out running errands or waiting at the doctor's office, helping you avoid vending machine temptations. David started carrying a mix of pistachios and almonds, which kept him energized during long days with his grandkids. David's journey shows what's possible. By weaving these nuts into his meals, he not only improved his heart health, but also rediscovered the joy of hiking, feeling stronger and more connected to the life he loves. It's a reminder that healthy habits don't have to be complicated. They just need to be intentional. Here's the lesson. Small daily choices like eating the right nuts build a stronger tomorrow. Your body deserves habits that are as easy as they are powerful, giving you the energy to live life on your terms. But knowing how to eat these nuts is just the beginning. Up next, we'll tie it all together with a powerful reminder of why these choices matter and how they can shape your future. Ready to see the bigger picture? Stick with me, because this final part will leave you inspired.